So in the past year or so, it seems like the multi-tool world has really gone toward this more square design for pocketable EDC non-plier based tools. A lot of people are carrying a separate pocket knife. Maybe they're carrying a small set of pliers. So some of these tools really make sense to some people. So we've got the Nextool E1, we have the Roxon KS2, I picked the Elite version with the D2 steel. We have the Gerber lockdown drive. Also, we have the Leatherman T4. Now, the cheaper Leatherman comes in more like the pocket. The T2 comes more like a pocket knife version, whereas in the T4 it does look a little bit more square, so we'll go ahead and go with that version. Let's go ahead and talk about pricing. The Nextool, depending on what kit it comes with, just by itself on AliExpress, it does come in around the $21 mark. I'll try to add some other links as well. The Roxon KS2 Elite comes in at $38. The non-elite version with just the normal knife comes in at around $30. The Gerber lockdown drive. Now, some websites say they have it on sale for somewhere around $20, but more realistically, you find it on Amazon for around $50. The Leatherman T4 comes in at $69. Let's go ahead, weigh these. Take a look at how much these tip the scales. We'll go ahead, change this over to grams. The Nextool E1, 94 grams. The Roxon KS2 Elite, 126 grams. Gerber lockdown drive, 144 grams. The Leatherman T4, 124 grams. Let's go ahead, change this over to ounces for those of us in the US. The Leatherman T4, 4.4 ounces. The Nextool E1, 3.3 ounces. The KS2 Roxon, 4.4 ounces. The Gerber lockdown drive, 5.1 ounces. So the newest addition into this club of square-shaped multi-tools, very pocketable, is the Nextool E1. With this one right here, we do get these replaceable bits. On AliExpress, you can buy the flat bits from Nextool. Some people are frustrated about the increased shipping costs, so you might want to wait until they hit Amazon. From what I understand, they will hit Amazon in the next coming months. And yes, some of these are interchangeable with Leatherman. I have a whole video dealing with that. You can check that out on the channel. One of the things I really love about this Nextool is how very pocketable it is with this really great pocket clip. It's really a joy to carry in the pocket. It's got a nice set of spring-loaded scissors. It does have this X-Acto utility replaceable knife as well. So one of the things that is cool about the Nextool E1 is that Nextool is already building kits around it, not only the flat bits, but also these X-Acto blades that you can get as well. So this one right here you can find on Amazon. So the E1 actually comes with these for $26. These are some of the blades that you can get to replace the ones already in here. Fairly simple switch out unit right here. You can switch it out and then put it back in there like that. Also, we've got a knife and the file. So we've got this double-sided file. Now this is a very cool tool. If I had to make any qualms about it, quibbles, it is that sometimes you do have to figure out how to open and close, especially the X-Acto knife blade. Sometimes it takes a little bit. It's got this little tiny place right here you have to get your fingernail in, but it's probably not a bad thing because I don't want to slice a finger off, so maybe it's a good thing that it's not extremely easy to deploy. This is a very great tool. I feel like Nextool did a really good job with this, so I do recommend it. Now, the Roxon KS2 Elite is one of the most popular of these tools in this category. This comes in at $38. The normal version comes in at $30, but for $38, you do get the upgraded materials. You get the D2 knife right there, which is pretty cool. It does lock into place. You can unlock it there as well. It's got the nice pocket clip. We've got the nice spring-loaded scissors. also with tweezers in the handle. We do have the bottle cap lifter. We've got the can opener. We've got the awl as well. Then we do have this unique multi-tool set right here. We've got the file, the depth gauge of sorts, and then we have this Phillips driver, and you can use the 4mm bit kit from Roxon. I believe the bit kit's around $10 extra for the Roxon. Then we do have the saw as well. We can put that all together, and then we have the nice textured G10 scales, I believe it is, on the outside, all for the $38 price range. So this offers a lot. Again, I believe this was sold out on Amazon for a little bit. It seems to be very, very popular. Most of you really love all the options that you can get with this, and it seems to strike the perfect chord with the upgraded steel as well. Roxon has just been hitting it out of the park with their multi-tool designs, really doing an excellent job, and this is another excellent tool they have in their collection. So the next one on our list is the Gerber Lockdown Drive. Now there is the Pry version, but I felt like this one was more representative of what we're going over today. It was similar. So with this one of the things I do like is this 1/4-inch bit driver, reversible bits, magnet as well. Now it doesn't lock into place like with most of Gerber's smaller bit drivers, but it does snap into place okay, and I don't think it's a huge deal. We do have this pocket clip, pretty nice on mine as well. We do have the file. We've got a chisel at the end of this double-sided file. We've got a fairly long knife right here. We do have an awl, and we do have an X-Acto blade. These blades are a little different than Nextool, so they're not exactly interchangeable. So some people would complain that there is too many knives on this one right here. I do find it fairly useful. I like to carry it in my pocket, but to be honest, I don't end up usually carrying it because I prefer a full-size multi-tool, or at least a smaller one. But it does have a lot of very useful features in a compact package. Again, it is a little bit of the middle of the road price range, a little bit more expensive, but on eBay and some other sites, you can find it fairly heavily discounted. So it might be a tool you want to look into. Again, with that full 1/4-inch bit driver, it is a little bit more useful than some of the others on the list if that's something you use a lot. Now we come to the Leatherman on the list, the one with the best warranty, the most expensive set of tools. We have the free series clip on this one. We've got the locking tools. We've got the magnetic architecture. We've got a set of scissors. We have the awl screwdriver tool right here. We've got the Phillips screwdriver. We have the knife. We've got the pry tool, scraper tool. We have the double-sided file as well. Now, some of the good things about this is the tools are locking. There's the magnetic architecture. It is fairly easy to get these tools out of the handle, so that's definitely a plus. I like the design, the scales on the tool itself, but unfortunately, I don't find this tool as interesting as some of the others because it doesn't have any bit driver. It doesn't have any replaceable blades. There's no expandable tool sets. You've just got this tool right here, and that's fine for most of you. So probably most of you will still love this tool. For me, it doesn't just check as many boxes, but that's probably just me. Now, unfortunately, leaving this in my toolbox, it has gathered some rust on the blade, so I will have to do some maintenance on that. So something to consider. Even with your Leatherman, you do have to be careful with the knife blade. So this tool again comes in around $69. For some people, it will seem a little bit overpriced, so you can almost buy a whole Leatherman rebar for the price of this little tool. You do get a pair of tweezers in there as well, but again, consider that the price tag is a little expensive. So now that we've gone over all these tools, we have to come to the conclusions. Now, to be honest, probably with outside design, I like the Gerber lockdown drive the most, just the design. I don't like the tool set the most, but I do like just the feel of the tool. There is something very artistic about it. Probably most people would disagree, but I really like the design of this. Now, when it comes to the tool set, probably the Nextool E1 is one of the closest to one that I have actually enjoyed carrying. I have carried this probably the most of all these. It does have a fairly compact tool set, so I can see this pairing really well with a small set of pliers and a pocket knife. So now with the KS2 Elite, if you're interested in combining, again, a better style blade, I think that's why this is so popular, because you get some upgraded tools with a lot of functionality. So the Roxon is definitely always a very solid choice, really good budget option. So I think the two on the end, the Nextool and the Roxon, are some of the best really in the market. Now, when it comes to Leatherman, $69 I feel like is a little bit too much for what it offers. Some of you will love this tool and have carried it for years, and that's fine. If this is the only Leatherman you want to carry and it makes sense to you, go for it. With the Gerber, again, I don't think it will be as popular with most people, but again, I like the design, so I threw it in here. Let me know what you think. What is your favorite option of all of these? What do you end up carrying the most? And I'll be interested in reading your comments.